was here. I think Elke was here. Was he on that first day? I can't remember. But Negrano was kind of table captain, and they decided they were all going to dispense with a 30-minute delay. In every hand, you turn over and show.
That's fun. I'm sorry I didn't get to see that.
Yeah, I bet you are.
I guess I can.
枪口开锅，哇 ，Dark Poker 打的是真怂，
Or take advantage of it.
感觉是由于技术有碾压啊，所以感觉特别那个。
So Doug opening up here with a hand that,
自信。
if he were at a table of people putting a lot of pressure on him, I don't think he would open this up. But it has been quiet, like you guys have said. It seems like people have been waiting, so he's going to take this opportunity.
真的是自信。
Thank you, Chris. King, Queen. Offsuit.
Murray 的 K 圈。
Heart and spade. Norman.
Save me 3 questions.
He's going to come over the top.
It's not at all an easy spot.
拿的这个筹码量只是一个跟注啊，在 C 位做了一个冷跟注。哇 ，Jacobson 这里看要不要考虑挤压啊？枪口 Dark Poker 作为全场最松的选手开锅 ，Chris Murray 这里平跟所展现出的牌力并不够强，至少不会是 A 圈和 AK。那么 Jacobson 这手牌就是有利可图的，拿着 A 勾，且是 A 勾不同花，不太适合这里平跟啊。这个冷跟注小门大盲一挤压真废了。 建议 Jacobson 这里不妨考虑一个200万等等的300。Chris Murray 这里不太像是拿着超大牌慢打 ，A 圈和 AK 一般300的居多，当然 A 圈有的同色也会跟。Jacobson 这里是选择算了啊，就当没看到。 表示冷了。
Okay, in the big blind. Would not be served well with a call, but.
Elke 的大盲跟进，3人池。
There's also something to be said for getting out of the way with Ace Jack there and letting somebody else get all in, moving up a pace spot.
翻盘圈5、6圈，这样的话 ，Dark Poker 这个运气很好啊。枪口的开锅是拿到了2头顺子听牌。
And I do think we are going to see both of them get their chips in some way or another.
Chip winner Elke checks after pretty much missing that.
Dark Poker 这里是7、8号块。
So the stacks to pot ratio is interesting. Doug has a hand.
下注几乎是必然动作，自己做的开锅，自己在这种面上不去利用对手的弃牌率，是很蠢的。
But his stack's a little bit too deep to just shove on this flop. So he's going to go with a small bet and then figure it out. I think probably we'll see more just call. Having the overcard as well as the queen means there's, one less card you're afraid of on the turn. Normally, with Queen Jack, you have to worry about the ace and the king, but with King Queen or Ace Queen, unless you think you're going to, shove the flop and get value, which he might, you're not too worried about seeing a turn peel off. Pot is pretty big now, though. If you were
careful.
比值现在涨到了417万啊，很大的池。
We'll look at intent.
谁都不想丢掉，包括 Chris Murray 和 Dark Poker。当然 ，Elke 这里是很容易的一个 check call 了。
Is the pot big enough now? Do I just want to put it in and take down this pot, or if I'm beat, I'm beat, or do I want to give Doug a chance to keep bluffing?
Elke is not amused. Gets out of the way.
Chris Murray 跟住，2位选手进转牌圈。 这个真刀真枪的干了啊，玩真的。转牌4，哇 ，Dark Poker 重顺。
Obviously a dream scenario.
暂时的坚果。
Dream scenario and Moore's call pre-flop combined with his flop call. I think Doug is going to be pretty confident that Moore has at least a queen here.
Dark Poker 过牌示弱。
Moore now has top pair with king kicker.
Chris Murray 这里一下注就进去了。
Like that check, don't you? No, you just made a face. Maybe you don't.
No, I think that I do. If it doesn't totally, if Doug thinks.
完了，我觉得 Chris Murray 这种牌要进去，这么拿筹码的话肯定是进去了。
kind of doesn't matter too much how you play it. You're going to get the money.
Okay.
A check here is he's kind of hoping that Moore has some hands he's just floating the flop with, like let's say it's Jack of Spades or maybe Jack 10 of clubs like last time. And so he's giving him a chance to potentially to bluff with those hands. Now Doug has to ask himself, is this bet from Moore the first of a two-barrel bluff, or is he trying to put out a small bet and get to showdown? I think with Doug's image.
大块如果这里跟住的话，花90万，自己还剩360万。后边圈的时候，手中筹码是底池的一半。河牌也会见到一些危险面。Check raise 的话，没有足够的空间啊，只能 check all in。是 all in 了。
Of course he's right.
Do you end up meaning a check back on the river?
You know, if they're playing Candyland, my analysis would be as spot on as his is in No Limit Hold'em. I'm just telling you.
I'm pretty good at Candyland too.
Ooh, you knew that was coming.
How's he gonna be pretty good at Candyland?
I have a 4-year-old niece.
Oh, you got me beat that.
这个时候莫瑞不好办了，他需要跟住一个360万，顶对。其实这个时候顶对显得还是蛮脆弱的。Chris Murray 要跑，倒是可以跑得掉。应该能意识到这手牌有问题，对手的范围是从枪口出来的。但是 Dog Call 这手牌的精妙之处在于把底池赔率给对手给的超足。对手跟360万，底池快1100万，赔率1赔3，需要胜率25%。对手自己在坚果顺的情况下，对手要胜率超过25%，这是很难的，所以 Dog Call 根本不虚。
To deserve a call here, I think it's certainly a tough spot, and Moore's not quite his tournament life, but quite a few of his chips are on the line.
Well, if he can find a fold here, he still would have 20 big blinds if he does.
Chris Moore 如果能够这里弃掉的话，他还有20个大盲啊。只要 Dog Call 不是乱来。不过这里有一个问题 ，Dog Call 之前用一手听牌，强听牌，我记得20还是什么10方块啊，然后 all in 把 Jacobson 打走过一次。这手牌经过半个小时的延迟播放，我觉得 Chris Moore 应该已经知道这手牌了，这也可能会使他的判断出现一些的偏差。
Getting over 2-1 with a hand. I mean, Doug, even if Doug is not bluffing, he could just have Queen Jack here, thinking his hand is best.
面部表情有点不太爽。这个弃牌。从牌面上阅读并不难，主要是底池赔率太好了。
Will have a huge impact on his final table showing here.
And I think that if we were to critique anyone's play here, I think Chris Moore betting the turn for 900,000. If he's as uncomfortable as he is, which he should be, is maybe a bit unnecessary. Like I said, he's got one of the overcards blocked. They're only the ace can give Doug a higher pair to beat his queens. Obviously, in this case, you know, that's not true. Given Doug's
还是没找到对手是什么样的范围啊？对于 Chris Moore 来说，当然他根本是不可能想到说对手有7、8这种牌，我觉得对手是一些高牌。非常漂亮的弃牌，打的相当666。不过这手牌还是给了 Dog Call 一些机会了，筹码量翻到了1000万，左上角也是打出了 perfect hand。所有的选手都打得 perfect 啊，超棒。好吧，那么节目时间的关系啊，我们这期节目也要在这里停下来了啊，我们下期节目再见啊，各位朋友，拜拜。